Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 2 of the Monday Q&A, so let's do it. First question. How can you tell the difference from a lower back DOMS and an injury unintended pain when squatting? Well, very simple. DOMS has a unique feeling. DOMS is going to be a burning sensation. It's just going to be an overall burning that you're feeling. An actual injury, even a minor injury, remember guys, a lot of minor injuries, minor pulls, heal within 24 hours. But just because it heals within 24 hours doesn't mean it's not an injury. And a muscle pull is an injury. An injury will have a sharp pain. So you'll have a sharp pain that starts in one point and maybe radiates to another. Whereas in DOMS will always just be a general burn, like a fatigue type burn that you will feel. It won't be a sharp pain that radiates. So remember, an injury is not going to be a burn, it's going to be sharp pain. So that's very simple difference, very easy to tell the difference. And if you're noticing sharp pains, then you need to step back and assess it, back off from training as needed, and let it heal. Whereas in DOMS, if you're experiencing DOMS, you can train right through it. I don't care if you have a scheduled workout and you have DOMS still, you train through it. In fact, if you're getting DOMS, you're probably not training enough, or you're using too high of a workload and too infrequent of training. That's generally what causes DOMS, or excessive eccentric loading, or too large of a change too quickly in your program. So just train through the DOMS, but don't try to train through an injury. All right, next question. Jason, when you were addressing building up work capacity in your previous video, adding weight or building work capacity, you only addressed adding sets. Does improving/building up work capacity also mean doing more reps and sets, so doing more total volume? No, more total volume is going to add more metabolic fatigue, but it's not quite the same as building work capacity, because if you're having to reduce the weight down to do more reps, you're not necessarily improving your work capacity. Your work capacity means your ability to do the same amount of work for a more extended period of time over time. So adding sets is your desired method. And example, let's say you can do 3 sets of 5 with a given weight. To increase work capacity, you would try to build to 4 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5, build up to 8 or 10 sets of 5 with the same amount of weight. And if you're trying to add reps, you're not going to be able to do that. Maybe someone who's making a linear progression is a noob, but noobs don't necessarily need to do specific work for work capacity like that. So the general idea is that you pick a given weight and you just keep adding sets with it. And if you start adding reps and sets, it means you're not adding sets fast enough, or you're going to have to end up reducing the weight, or you picked really an inappropriate weight to work with. And on top of that, when we're discussing work capacity for athletic performance and strength athletes, you need speed and power. If you're doing a bunch of high rep work, you're not developing maximum power. You can't. You've got a limited number of repetitions or amount of time that your body, in a given period of time before it gets at least a 30 or 60 second rest between sets, that it will produce and generate maximum force. So if you're doing 8 or 10 reps, you are not going to be able to generate maximum force on every rep. And so you're not really helping yourself, because this whole idea with the work capacity, we are trying to generate maximum force on every rep while using the same amount of weight and continue to be able to do it for a longer period of time. So it's really defeating the purpose. You may not be improving your performance by doing that. And that's the goal of this. We're talking about work capacity. We want to improve our performance as an athlete. All right, next question. Hey Jason, what are your thoughts on Yohimbine HCl with fasted cardio for stubborn fat loss? Lyle McDonald is a big proponent of it, and the science behind it is good theoretically, blocking the alpha-2 receptors to inhibit inhibition of lipolysis. Yeah, the science is sound behind it. It looks good on paper. I personally have not noticed a benefit. I did try this, and yes, I was using like pharmaceutical grade Yohimbine. I've tried it both transdermal and oral, and it tasted awful oral. No, I didn't have it in caps. I was just weighing it out on my powder scale and mixing it with straight water before I would do the fasted cardio. And then I've also tried it as a transdermal using DMSO. Again, this is a long time ago. I didn't really notice any benefits from it. And I did it before with stubborn fat. I was about 12% body fat when I messed with it on a cut, and I was doing it with fasted cardio 3 times a week. I really didn't notice any change when I went on or off of it. So for me personally, I don't seem to benefit from it. The science behind it looks okay. I don't have a problem with people trying it because some people swear by it. It seems to work for them. I just know that for me personally, I didn't seem to benefit from it on my love handle area at all. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time in part 3.